Hello and welcome to this video that will be accompanying the documentation for the signed URL start end links for Qualtrics. So we're going to start with the steps in the documentation and hopefully this will come alive. So what you want to do first is in your Qualtrics platform, you want to choose your survey that you're working on. My survey is the potato chip concept survey test, and I want to navigate over to the survey flow, not the survey builder, but the survey flow. So when I click on survey, that takes me to the survey builder. I actually want to go to the flow, which is on the left-hand side here, survey flow. I click on it, and this shows my different blocks within my survey. I have 2 blocks. You may have several blocks. You may have a screener section. You may have various blocks within your main questionnaire. In the documentation, it states to create a new embedded data element at the beginning of your survey flow. Now here it shows in Qualtrics, it shows add a new element here, which is below the questionnaire. So what we're going to do is we're going to click on add a new element here, but I will show you how you can drag and drop and move it to the beginning of your survey because it will need to be at the beginning of your survey. So let's click on add a new element and we're going to click on embedded data. Now here in embedded data, we are going to type in the following letters PSID for the PSID variable. And we do not need to set a value. We can just leave it as value will be set from your panel, from your URL, because it will be piped through. Let's add a new field and we're going to type in entry sig check. And you'll notice with both PSID, it is case sensitive, and entry sig check, it is case sensitive, and also space and characters. So I have entry ENTRY as small, and sig S is capitalized, and check C is capitalized. This is very important. Capitalization and spacing does matter. So entry sig check, and now we're going to click on set a value, and we're going to type in on. Okay, wonderful. You're still with me? That's wonderful. Right now, we're going to move this embedded data element to the beginning of your survey. So down below here, so this is before we add in any other branch elements, but in this embedded data survey, it says move. I'm going to click and drag. And so as soon as I click it, it changes color, turns to green, and I can click and drag it, and you'll see the green bar above my screener block. So I have now moved the set embedded data block, element block. And now what I can do is add below, so it'll add more elements below this embedded data element. So click on add below, and this is part of the documentation. We're now going to add a branch element. So I click on branch, and then we click on add condition. And then we click on, in the question section, we click on embedded data. We type in PSID, remember it needs to be small letters. And then we're going to select is not empty. And then you can click on OK. So that's wonderful, great. We're now going to add a new element here, and we're going to add a web service underneath this branch. So click on add element and click on web service here. Now, some of the things in here, the URL, some of these characters we can get from the documentation, and some of it will be given to you by your project manager, by your PM. So let's start with method. We're going to click on the drop down and we're going to select post. For the URL, this is where you're going to copy it and paste from the documentation. URL, there we go. And now what we want to do is click on add a body parameter to send to Webservice. So I'm going to click on there. And in that section, we're going to select in these body parameters dropdown, application JSON. And now we're going to add 3 parameters. So those parameters, when we add them, the actual values inside them will be given to you from your project manager. So you should have an email. So my parameters are key ID. So key is small letters, K-E-Y, capital I-D. Again, very, very important that it's case sensitive. It is small letters key, capital I for D. And this is going to be a number value. So you're going to click and find the number value. And you're going to set this value. So click on set value now. And this is the 4-digit number or key that is given to you. It is client specific. I'm typing in a test value here as 1234, but this is client specific. So this is specific to you, and you will receive this from your project manager. So I click the numbers in there, type it in, and then click in, and I'm going to add another parameter. And this parameter is going to be called secret. Again, all small letters. It is a string, so I don't need to change this. I'm going to set the value. Now this value is going to be an alphanumeric string that is given to you by your project manager. So I'm going to copy and paste it from my email, and I'm going to copy it into here, and I can just click enter. So this one here is 1A11. Yours will be specific to you as the client. So each client has a different secret number, alphanumeric string, and this will look very similar, but not exactly the same to what is in here in the video. Next, I'm going to click on the little plus sign to add my third parameter, and this is going to be URL. Again, it's a string. We're going to set the value, so I'm going to click on it. I'm going to click on the drop down and then click on insert pipe text. Up comes embedded data field, and then I am going to type in QURL. You can also drop it down and find it, and then click insert. Now you'll notice what's inserted is actual code, programming code. Make sure that it starts with the $sign, that there's nothing else in there. Sometimes if we don't click it correctly or something happens, you'll have extra characters before the $sign. So make sure it looks like this, and in your documentation with the $sign, this is specific code. Okay, so once we've got this all done, now you want to click the test button in this web service, and it says loading, and then it pops a pop-up window, and here you're going to select all the fields to be included as embedded data. So we're going to select all, and you'll notice once I click on that, all the little check marks come up, and then you're going to click on the green button, Add Embedded Data. So that's great. That's wonderful. All right, now we are going to add a branch under the web service to terminate respondents who failed verification. So again, add a new element here, and we're adding a branch, and we're going to add a condition to the branch. Now we're going to change the drop-down question to embedded data. And in this first box, we're going to type in that entry sig check. Again, watch your capitals, no spaces. It's all very important. And in the drop down, we're going to leave it as equal to, and we're going to type in the next text box on. We're going to add another condition to this branch. So I click on the little green plus, keep it as an and here, keep the embedded data. In the first box here, the text box, we're going to change entry sig check to verification. Make sure your typing is correct, that the letters are all there. And we're going to leave this, no, we're not going to leave it to equal to, we're going to change it to is not equal to, and we're going to change the text from on to success. All right, wonderful. And you can click on OK here, the green button. Wonderful. Now what we're going to do is we're going to add another element here. We're going to add an end of survey element. So click on add an element in this big red box here that says end of survey under the branch. So you can click on it. Then you're going to click on customize. And when the customize pop-up comes up, it's going to say select override survey options. So you're going to select that. Once you do select that, everything else is now visible before it was grayed out. And we're going to select a redirect to a URL. And this is where you need the text field information from your documentation. And you're going to copy and paste it, and you're going to get rid of this. So if it says redirect to Qualtrics, you're going to highlight it and copy and paste over it. Make sure that your text field is exactly the same code as what's in the documentation. So it starts with the $sign, and then has this string in here. You can either type it in exactly or copy and paste it just without the quotation. So you're going to copy and paste within the quotations from the documentation. The next thing to do is you're going to select Do Not Increment Quote Accounts. And then we are going to click on OK. Wonderful. And you may want to click on Apply here. We're going to stop or pause the video right now before we get into termination redirects, but this is enough for now. So you should see when you click on Apply, you should now see this new embedded data set above your screener blocks or your main questionnaire. So that's it for now. Stay tuned for the next video.